Hi there, it's Mary with Mary's Stampin' Cafe. Thanks so much for stopping in at my Saturday stamping video. It is time for that weekly wonderful stamping with hashtag SapMoreNMakes and hashtag 2Crafters1Design, and guess what? Hashtag Christmas in July 2024. Yes, it is that time. It's Christmas in July. So every Saturday, my projects will be, during the month of July, Christmas in July. Now, you're not seeing that quite yet. We'll get to that. I wanted to share this really cute little gusseted bag with you. This is using the beautiful Countryside Rose 12 by 12 Designer Series paper that was only available for demonstrators who in April bettered their best. Stampin' Up! Put a challenge out to try to better your best from April last year to your sales this year just by $1. And when you did that, you got this beautiful paper free. So beautiful. It is just like the Countryside Inn 12 by 12 Designer Series paper that's a beautiful blues that everybody loved. And they reproduced this in a very beautiful pinks. There are all those designs. It's so feminine and pretty. I love it. So the other thing that Stampin' Up! Did is they hosted a fun event for demonstrators who did their best and had a great webinar with layouts for some different projects, and one of them was this beautiful little gusseted bag. And so let me show you what I put inside my bag, because it's all about the little gifties, right? Here we are. Everybody loves those little Stroop waffles. Well, this is a snickerdoodle flavor. And you, of course, need to have some tea, nice hot little drink to go with that. And everybody likes a little more sweetness with some honey. So look at that wonderful little gift you can give somebody. Maybe it's a little birthday, a thank you, a feel better soon with that honey and tea. And then this cute little clip I did, it was from a package I picked up at some local craft store. It's Park Lane, and I think I got it out of the clearance bin because I only buy things out of the clearance bin when I go to the craft stores. And so I took that little natural clip and I colored it with the Pretty in Pink Stampin' blend to put a little clip on the top to hold those goodies. So it's a cute little bag, so great. Well, what I'm going to do today, since 2Crafters1Design, their weekly theme is a gift bag this week, and I'm doing Christmas in July, why not create this beautiful gusseted bag in a holiday style? So that's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to show you how to create this little bag. I do have a blog, so you can go back to it. I'll have the link below. You can go back for all of the measures and everything, but I'm going to walk you right through it. So I'm going to be using some online exclusive products that I've shared before in my Facebook Lives and my YouTube videos. This is the Greetings of the Season. It's an online exclusive available now. This would be a great bundle to go ahead this month and purchase, because then you'd automatically get your $5 bonus coupon. July is a fantastic bonus days. For every $50 you spend, you get a $5 coupon, and there's no limits. So the Greetings of the Season, fabulous, wonderful sentiments, and then all of these great labeling dies. Then there's the Golden Greenery Bundle. It is awesome. You get all of this together. And I wanted to just show this to you because it is a 2-page die set. Look at the stunning building dies here that you get. You just use designer paper or other cardstocks to create these beautiful, beautiful pieces. And then all of these die cut out your stamped images. So it is a very comprehensive die set. The Golden Greenery Bundle would be another great one, and another $5 coupon. Right? Absolutely. I love being rewarded for shopping. There's nothing better than that, right? Now, in this products, you also have some Designer Series paper. This here is the paper that coordinates with these two bundles. This is the Season of Green and Gold 12 by 12 specialty paper. Stampin' Up! Specialty paper is when it has the metallics running through one side. You get six different designs, 2 of each of the designs for 12 sheets altogether, and one side are the metallics. Look at the beautiful bells and all that gold glitz that's going on. I love this plaid piece so much. And this whole sheet is gold glitzed, just beautiful. These particular pieces here, they coordinate with the dies from the Golden Greenery. This one here, die cuts out this piece, and this one here will cut out this piece right here. And so you can use your die cuts on the Designer Series paper for the beautifully colored and artistic images. It just creates stunning, stunning cards. And then this piece here. I'm going to pull out this piece because this is what I'm going to use for my gift bag. And then one other is the Graceful Greenery Vellum. This vellum is so, so pretty. If I'm not mistaken, there's 2 each of 3 different designs. You're getting 6 pieces. There's this beautiful piece that has all that flocking detail. So pretty. Then I really like this one here because it gives you kind of like that frosted window look. There it is, a little bit better. It's like a frosted window. It's so cool. And then this piece here, and these again can be cut out with your dies. Such pretty vellum. And so that's that. All right, now we're going to get into creating our gift bag. So I'm going to grab my trimmer, and from one piece of 12 by 12, you're able to get 2 gift bags out of it. I'm going to cut at 10.5 on my trimmer. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn it, and I'm going to cut at 6. So our pieces are 10.5 by 6, and that's how you get 2 gift bags out of that. So now from there, you can use your scoring board. I'm just going to use my trimmer because it's right here. I'm going to do some scoring. Now this is Designer Series paper, so you want to be gentle when you score. I'm going to score at 1/2, lightly a couple times. I'm going to score then at 1. It's really easy to remember. 1/2, 1, and 1.5. Okay, 1/2, 1, 1.5. Then I'm going to move to 5.5. 6, and 6.5. Okay, then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to score at 1. Now, I have a disclaimer here. My particular pattern has no directionality to it. It doesn't matter which way my starbursts are going. Now, when I turn my paper over, it does have a direction. So when it comes to scoring the 1 inch, my leaves would be going on the bag, they would be going this way, right? You want them vertical. Any of your directional pieces, you want them to go vertical because the bag's going to be this way. So you would then turn it so your images are going to the left or right, depending upon your left or right. I'm left-handed. And so then you would score at 1 this way. Because mine didn't matter, I just went ahead and scored however, but I wanted to let you know that. Direction does matter when it comes to your directional images. So if my bag was going to go this way because of this, my 1-inch score would be down here. Okay? All right. So now that I have my scoring lines in there, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get those all folded really well. I'm going to go ahead and grab a bone folder and get those nice crisp edges. Okay? So I'm going to come down here to my 1/2 inch. I'm going to find it, and I'm going to go ahead and burnish. Then I know I had my 1 inch. I'm just going to feel and press that down. When you score lightly, you got to work a little bit with it to kind of find where you are. Like this one right here. There it is. Because you just don't want to rip the paper. Stampin' Up's designer paper is really nice, high quality, but it can rip. So then I'm going to come over here. I've got my 5.5 score line. Going to get that down real well. Then we'll go ahead, and I've got my 5.5. Wait a minute. Oh, there was my 5.5. I skipped one. 5.5. Then I have the 6, and then the 6.5 right there. And 6.5. There we go. All right, so now what I'm going to do, you can see those lines even more. Here's my 5, 5.5, and 6. My 1.5, 1, and 1/2. So I'm going to go to the side here that has the 1/2, the 1, and the 1 1/2. And I'm going to grab my scissors, and I'm going to come right to the 1/2 line. I'm going to go to the left of that 1/2 line to do a slight little wedge or an angled line, and I'm going to go to the 1 inch mark. Then I'm just going to go ahead and clip that off like that. Okay? Now that I've done that, I'm going to skip the 1 and I'm going to go to the 1.5. And I'm going to do the same thing on the left side of that line and on the right side of that score line. Up to that 1 inch to look like that. Okay? These are all just so things fold nicely and don't get caught up on each other. So I'm going to come here to my 5, 5.5, and 6. On the 5-inch line, I'm going to do that same wedge right to the point, right-hand side of that line, right up to that point, and pop that out. Ooh, got a little trailer. Okay, I'm going to skip that middle 6. Don't want to do that. I'm going to come to the 6.5. And I'm going to go to the left and the right side of that line and clip them off. Okay? So that's how that sits. Then I'm going to come all the way over here. That's all nice and smooth, right to this edge. And I'm just going to go a little bit to the right on a little angle and come up and kind of clip that off a little bit. Just a little angle. I could do just a little more of an angle on there. Let me do that. There we go. So now I'll lay that down for you. And you can see, there's my 1/2. I took that little piece off. I skipped the 1, and there's the 1.5. And on the right and left of that score line, I took the triangle out. Here's the 5-inch score. Right and left, took it out, skipped the 6, went to the 6.5, did the little triangle, and then came over to the end way over here and just put that on an angle. You will see how well and the reason for that. So now I'm going to flip it over, and on my 1/2-inch mark, I need some adhesive. You can use liquid glue. You can use Stampin' Seal Plus. Sorry, there we go. Stampin' Seal Plus. I'm going to use Tear and Tape just because, one, I have a lot of it and I can see what I'm doing and I feel like I have just more control. So I'm going to put this pretty close to the edge. I'm not going to put it in the middle. I'm not going to put it by the fold. I'm going to put it pretty close to the edge of that there. Okay. So then I'm going to grab my little stylus here and pull that off. I'm going to come over here. I am going to take my fold at the 5 way over there. I'm going to just lay it down, bring it over, and press it down. Just like that. It's flat, and there you go. And so now you've got your bag happening. I'm going to turn it upside right. The next thing I'm going to do is just come over, lay it on its side, and I'm going to take my fingers right in that center because I want that middle score line to go in like a valley and the other two, boom, like a mountain. There we go. That makes your gusset. Going to come over here, same thing, put my fingers in. Going to go ahead and press down like a valley, that score line, that's the middle score line, and pop, press those other two. There we are. So now we've got our beautiful gussets. I'm just going to go ahead again and press those down. And the reason you have those gussets, because maybe you're going to put a big fat cookie in here for somebody, for a little birthday treat. You want it to have a little more give. Okay, we're ready to close. So we're going to take our side flaps and just fold them in. We're going to go ahead and fold down one side and the other side's just going to overlap. And because we did those little wedges, it just folds so nicely and looks like a nice clean edge. So I'm going to put Tear and Tape right along the edge here. I want it to be along the edge because I don't want any flapping coming up. You know what I mean? If you put it down in the center, you can put your finger up under it and then, you know, and I don't want that. All right. So you just put that adhesive right along the edge. If you're using glue, of course, you can put glue on the whole tab. That's fine. So now you want to set this down and make sure it's not wobbling. Make sure it's nice and flat. And then you just press it. And there you have your fun gusseted bag. Really pretty easy. All right. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and set that aside. And I'm going to come in with my greetings of the season and my dies here. Now I could go ahead and have a larger sentiment and have this come across the whole way, just like that. I could also have it go this way. I could go with a smaller one here, and I'm thinking like this one that I created. I used the bow punch to add some of these embellishments here, almost like ephemera. So what I'd like to do is to use my dies to cut out a couple of the bows from the designer series paper of the green and gold or the vellum and have that kind of cascading as well. So I think I'm going to go with a smaller sentiment. But this is a beautiful labeling set. I love this one right here. I love the shape of that one. I think you can see videos that I've done that actually use that one. All right, so I'm gonna use the Season's Greetings for that. And then I'm gonna bring in some Old Olive because with this beautiful gold starbursts, I would think it would be great to stamp it and to emboss it in gold. I think that would just work out so fabulous. So I'm going to grab my heat tool. And my embossing tray. You are going to be mortified when you see the my Versamark. Well, when you do some different kind of techniques and things, yours will look like that too. I need to have one that I only use for embossing. So let's set that aside, our beautiful brush and our tweezers, our tray. All right. So we'll get the Versamark. I'm going to ink it up. It's such a nice, beautiful, thin line cursive. I love that. I'm going to go kind of away from the end. That's stamped nicely, you can see that. I'll pour my gold over the top and just pat it off there. And that looks terrific. There's no clinging of any powder, so I don't need my brush right now. I'll grab my tweezers to hold it for me so my fingers don't get burned. And when you use your heat tool, you want to hold it steady. You don't want to do any swaying the brush back and forth, back and forth. That just makes the heat dissipate. So you want to hold it at a couple inches away, and then you just hold it, and you'll see it start to glimmer and shimmer and melt, and you just slowly then start moving your gun. And the heat tool heats up quickly, and I am done. Just like that. Lovely. All right, so with our handy tray, we can go ahead and just pop that right back into the container. And easy peasy, we are done. I love putting everything right back in the tray. Perfect little setup. Check it out, stampinup.com. Your embossing tray, it's a great, great deal. I'll go ahead and bring up my mini. It's another great thing. Think about getting yourself the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine if you do not have one. I love it. It is the one that sits mostly at my creating counters and that I use. You go ahead and put your first top plate overlapping a little bit of the bottom plate, and it goes through your machine so nicely. And hopefully my oval didn't move. My friend Susan would tell me, you need your washi tape. I'm terrible. And there we have a beautiful embossed gold season's greeting tag. And notice we've got this little thing here. We could put ribbon through there. We can put a gem on top of it. And that's going to go great right there on our bag. I love embossing. If I had done just a piece of vanilla and stamped the sentiment, say, in Old Olive or Mossy Meadow, the bag is just vanilla, and so it would just blend right into that background. So now the other thing we want, I'm just trying to clean up some space here, is I said I wanted to check out the images and do a little die cutting with the die. So I'm going to set my bag aside and my sentiment. And let's go ahead and find our sheets. This right here. Now when I bring this over, the old olive, this I think is shaded spruce or garden green, and I'm not sure that it would go too well, but it would go beautifully with the boughs, and this would be really pretty. The little bit lighter one would be really, really nice. So let's take a look and see which dies work. I've been playing with these, so I kind of know. I know that that goes there. I know that this one goes there on those. And this one goes on the garden green ones here, right? So keeping with my old olive theme, I think the lighter ones would be great, and I think the boughs would be really good. But this here with the garden green, I think it just clashes a little bit too much. It doesn't quite fit what I want it to do there, and I don't necessarily need all of them. So let's go ahead and set those aside for a minute. And I'm just going to get to some old-fashioned cutting. I want to find one that's full. So I'm going to go right in here. I'm going to come around here, and I want to let you guys know something. See this one that's on the edge? Do not discard it. Use your die. Let me find it. Use your die and line it up. Line your die up and put it through the machine, because you can put it right along the side edge of your project. Say, for example, this was a card. You could put it right along the side edge and it would look beautiful. You could put it on the inside layer of your card. So don't get rid of these. Use those. Use every inch of your designer paper. So we're going to take that one and this one. We're going to see what those might do for us. Might use one, might use them both. You even have a die that will cut out these little tiny holly berries. There's also holly berries in the stamp set that you can stamp and cut out as well. All right, well, bring in our trimmer again. Where would we be without our trimmers and our die cut machines? For sure. Okay. So I'm going to bring this one in here. I'm going to do them separately. I think it's just a little too difficult to try to do them both at the same time. Oh, would not work out well. There's one. So let's see. I think at this time I've gotten you 3 bonus coupons. Your 2 bundles, or I would just get the suite. That'll be an automatic 2. Then when you get your mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, my goodness, that'll get you close to 4. And at that point, you'll have hostess rewards for having a minimum order of 150. Awesome. And then so you'll also get additional free products. Such a great July. You know, I think I'm going to do one more of the green boughs. Because I'm thinking that will, oh my goodness, I know, they're so close to some other ones. Oh, here we go. All right. It's really okay to cut apart the paper. It really is. I'm going to sit and die cut out a whole sheet of these images. I have on the third Saturday of each month in my workshop room, I have Stampin' Chat at the Cafe, which local people come and they create 4 projects. And this third Saturday of the month is Christmas in July, and so all 4 of the projects will be holiday themed. So you know these products will be part of that for sure. So you can look me up if you're local in the Western Washington area. And join me for Saturday Stampin' Chat on the 20th of July. So I'm going to pop these just right back in their container. And let's take a look at what we have. So if I have this here, Season's Greetings, and then I go ahead and I put a little bit of our greenery. See how fun that's going to become? So let's see, what if I use all 3? Because my gosh, why not just have a little fun? Put all 3 of those there. And then our sentiment goes right on top. Look how beautiful that is. Is that not fun? We're doing it. Yes, we are. Okay. I am doing it. All right. Stampin' Seal or glue? Liquid glue might be a better idea on this, so I'm going to grab my liquid glue. I only need a bit of it glued, right? Because it's a gift bag, it doesn't have to all be. So I'm just going to do a little circles of glue here. That's all I'm going to do. And I'm just going to lay them where I think about where I want them. My sentiment's going to be over here, so I'm going to pop that one there. Then this one's going to come over more like that. And then I'm going to bring this one in right to the center like so. And I'm going to hold it there. Oh, I want this one to turn more. See, when you use liquid glue, you can manipulate it more. There we go. You have more time with it. There. Then I'm going to use dimensionals for this. I really feel the need for some twine or something. Maybe I'll just go with some gems. I think I need some gold twine. I have some gold twine. It was a gold and silver twine pack. I used up all my silver for a class that I did. It was a Double Wonder One Sheet Wonder class. You may have seen my video for it. What a fabulous class. People loved it. I loved it. I loved creating for it. Well, look at this mess I got going on here. You know those times you can't find which end is the right end? So then you just start pulling. That's what I did here. So I'm just going to cut. Let's just cut. There we go. That's about all I'll need anyway. So let's take a look-see. You can take the kinks right out of it. You know how it's curled around the spool just by pulling on it and heating it, and it comes out. So what I want to do is I just want to come in. I'm going to do a little Stampin' Seal. Maybe. Right on the bow here, because I'm going to go ahead and have it stick to it so I can start manipulating it. Just need it secured so I can just start doing some twirling around with it. And when I think I have enough, then I'll go ahead and I'll put it back down. There we go. So I've got kind of just a mishmash of that. But when I put this down on top of it, I can then decide, is that too much? Do I need to come in with it over here a little bit? Which I feel like I do. So that's when I come in a little bit and tack. I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to tack a little bit of glue right there and just stick that down to it, just like that. And then I think when I bring this back, I love it. I love how that looks. So I'm ready to take my dimensionals off because the dimensionals are going to hold that down as this glues right on top. Now, of course, I want to cover any of my weirdness. So let's do that. And press, press, press. I have my fingers down inside the bag and pressing that in. Now I have a piece of the bow right there. I do not want that right there. I do not want to see that. So I'm going to come in with my scissors. I don't want to cut the ribbon either. I want to go ahead and get that clipped. Just that, not the ribbon. I'm coming off camera. I apologize. There we go. I got it. There we go. Look how stunning that is. The other thing I see right here, see I have the end of the gold ribbon. That's no good either. So get back down underneath there, clip it off, all gone. Look at how pretty that is. With the gold ribbon, the bows, the gold, gold, gold everywhere, but we're not done. Because I've got this thing right here. Not good. Don't like it. But what I do have is I have the pecan pie and clear embellishments. The pecan pie is beautiful because it kind of comes off a little bit like gold, which is really cool. Well, it will come off kind of like gold here. So I'm going to take one of the dots, probably should be one of the bigger dots, and it's going to come cover right here, that hole, just like that. And then I'll grab a couple little ones, and I'll put one down here next to it on a kitty corner, so I'll put it right in the center of that starburst. Sure I will. There we go. On that angle, looks really good when you angle it that way. And then the other one's going to come over just right up in here. I'll put it in this starburst right there. Oh my goodness. You guys, look how stunningly beautiful that is. Now let's talk about closing this up. But first we got to put our yummies inside, right? It is Christmas, right? In July. Oh, and Christmas, guys, it's a perfect time, right? You want some hot tea, hot coffee, hot tea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of my clips from that package. And then I have Old Olive. I have dark Old Olive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Stampin' blend of the Old Olive, and I'm simply going to color all of my clip. It's so easy. Look at that beautiful rich color. Alcohol-based markers, so they will not run. They won't come off on your fingers. Easy peasy to quickly color. And I like the size of these clips. They're nice and small. I have another package of clips and they're quite large. They would not work for this nice little gusseted bag. I'm even going to get down on the inside. I don't want any of that natural color showing. Doesn't take long at all. Just taking a look at each side if it needs just a little smoothing. All right, I'm gonna let that set for a minute to dry. I could have used the light Old Olive. That's seeming quite dark, but that's okay, you know. You learn while you go and do things, right? All right, while that's drying, I'm just cleaning up things here a little bit. All right. Get our goodies for inside. We've got our yummy treat, our honey to go with our wonderful, ooh, sweet and spicy tea, or a chai tea. Ooh, I think the chai would go really good with the snickerdoodle. So let's do it. We'll put the snickerdoodle stroopwafel in there. We'll put our raw honey in there and the tea bag. All fits. You can fit even more things in there. So this little thing is deceiving. So then I'll go ahead and put my clip right at the top. You could have it off to the side looking all cute like that. And there it is. There is my cute little gift bag for hashtag 2crafters1design, hashtag sapmornmakes, and hashtag Christmas in July 2024. Well, I have Christmas in July for you as well. Let me tell you about my promotion. I have it down in my links below as well. You can check it out on my blog. I'll have a blog for this as well. Let me go ahead and put both of these great bags next to each other. I have a whole collection of holiday designer series paper. Stampin' Up! From years and years and years. I have a stack, probably, I'm looking at my stack right now. My stack is probably 8 inches high. No, it's got to be more than that. Of beautiful 12 by 12 and 6 by 6 designer series paper packs. Some are opened, some are not even opened. And I have more in my lifetime than I'll ever get through. So when you place your $50 order with me in the month of July, you will get your $5 bonus coupons, but you will also then get a sampling of the beautiful holiday designer series papers sent to you as a thank you from me. You will get a big assortment. I will cut them to 6 by 6 pieces for easier shipping. And that's my gift to you for shopping with me. So check out all the information on that. You'll want to use the link that's in my video here, or any of the links in my blog or my descriptions. What do you guys think? Both are just super, super cute. Think of all the occasions you could use with this. This one is so elegant though, with that embossed sentiment. I love it. Well, leave me a comment, you guys, and check out all the other hashtags for all the other crafters and their designs as well. Go ahead and check out my blog, again, for the measurements for this bag and all of my promotions and Stampin' Up's promotion for bonus days. And until next time, happy stampin'!